Now that everything is convenient, there is no mental resilience anymore. Let me explain what mental resilience is. The word resilience has to do with being able to withstand unfavorable conditions. So when we say mental resilience, that is when we have hardship, when there is bad unfavorable conditions or bad unfavorable occurrences happening to us, we are able to withstand the pressure and live through the challenges. That's mental resilience. And how does convenience of the modern world affect our mental resilience? Just have a flashback into how our ancestors usually live. They will go out there, face challenges, face risks, face threats of death. They will face risk of being eaten up by an animal, but they still go out there and hunt for food anyway. And this builds the mental resilience. Their brain is able to withstand high pressure because they are going to have means of overcoming the challenges that comes along the way. They don't feel like because there is threat or there's possibility of risk that they won't have to go out there and make food for themselves. Because if they don't go out there and hunt for food, how will they survive? And how will you and I be here today? So these challenges and events that occurs then when they are going out to hunt for food, when they are going out to farm, to go about their daily activities, they are usually challenges and they are able to overcome the challenges. This builds their mental power and mental resilience. Take a look at the analogy of a bodybuilder. Of course, the first time he starts to go to the gym, he's not able to lift the weight properly. The weights seem heavy. But as he goes day by day, he rests, he eats well, he is able to have strength to lift more weights. That is, the muscle has already grown and the muscle is stronger day by day. That is the same way our ancestors' brains develop day by day after facing challenges day after day. So all these challenges does not mean anything to them anymore. They are used to it and their brain knows that they can always overcome it. But with the modern convenience today, there is no mental resilience because there's no challenge, there's nothing we have to challenge ourselves to get. And that is why our brain is weak. And with little stress, with little pressure, we go into panic mode. We go into survival mode. And then we are anxious, we are depressed, and all sorts of mental health problems comes up because of the over convenience. We don't need to go out there to hunt for food anymore. Of course, we're not saying you live like a caveman. We're not saying you start going out to hunt for meat. But make some little challenges. Make things a little bit difficult. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. Make things a little bit challenging. Do things that are not so easy. Do things that make you rack your brain. Do things that are challenging, that makes you question your own beliefs. Do things that makes you become more creative and you are able to face the reality of life. This is how your brain becomes stronger and more resilient. And in the long run, you are able to withstand challenges and pressures that comes your way. Because if everything is so convenient and easy, your brain doesn't have anything to challenge it and it's not strong enough to withstand challenges. So every little thing that comes your way, every little problem, every little challenge, every little pressure now comes as a big problem. And your brain sees it as a real danger, whereas it might not be a real danger in the first place. But your brain exaggerates it and thinks it's real danger. And then you go into panic mode, survival mode, you become anxious, you become depressed, and a lot of mental health problems begin to come up. Even some trauma of the past begin to resurface again because you don't have mental resilience. And what caused you not to have mental resilience is as a result of the modern convenience. You don't want to do anything difficult again. You don't want to do anything that is tasking. You don't want to challenge yourself at all. You just want everything to come easy. You don't want to go to the market and get ingredients to make food to eat. You just want to order for fast food because it's easy. You don't feel the need to go and socialize because you have social media. You can just go online, chit chat, and do everything you want to do. You don't feel the need to level up in life so that you can get someone who will be with you, probably as a partner or as a long-term companion, because it's easy for you to just go onto dating apps and start chatting people. You don't feel the need to even level up in real life because it's very easy for you to just level up in your video games and have a sense of status and rank. That is what modern convenience has brought to you. And how can you rewire your brain and recalibrate yourself to become more aligned to doing things that are challenging, that will strain your brain and make your brain develop more, so that your mental health problems will reduce and then you'll be more mental resilient. Start doing difficult things. Don't make things too easy for yourself. Sometimes when you're hungry, try to stay fasted. Don't eat immediately. Sometimes when you feel the need to overindulge in instant gratification, take a step back, relax, and do something more difficult. Sometimes when you feel the need to pick up your phone and start scrolling, do away with your phone. Don't scroll at all. Start reading. Sometimes when you feel the need to go online, watch social media content, watch TV series, pick up your phone, make a call to a loved one. Sometimes when you feel the need to do shortcuts, to go the easy way to do things, go through the more difficult way. Instead of taking a cab home, why don't you just stroll and trek home? Instead of eating junk fast food, why don't you just go and get out raw materials or ingredients to make wholesome foods? Instead of sometimes outsourcing some things. Of course, it's good to outsource some things, but sometimes you need to even just get your hands dirty, do things that are raw and more challenging by yourself to make your brain more creative, and then you can develop mental resilience. Maybe this is all you need to get back to be a normal human being. Maybe this is all you need to become more mental resilient and think like a human being, and then become less anxious, less depressed, and live a more happy, fulfilling life. And that is what we preach here. We are more aligned to living like a primal human being. Of course, modern devices, modern technology, modern advancement makes life easy. But then we don't need to do away with our primal instincts because we are still primal. Our nervous system hasn't changed so much, but modern advancement has changed in tenfold, and our brain has not adapted yet to this modern technological advancement. That is why you are more anxious today. That is why you are more depressed today. That is why you have more mental health problems today than ever. Bring out the primal self in you. If you watch the video this far, that means this message actually resonates and aligns with you. Then you are meant to be here. Welcome to the tribe.